I have to clear up a few things.
Oh, go for it.
I had some people like message me being like, "Oh, your sister, blah blah blah." I'm like,
Oh, because we're being mean to her.
I can talk about her that way. I'm her sister.
I can half talk about her.
You can half talk
I've
about
had
her
experience with
that way
her.
because you're her friend.
Yeah.
I can say what I want about her. She's my sister.
What's being said to you?
Some people are like, "Oh God, you know, like you and your sister, okay?"
Oh, stop.
I'm like, we're absolutely fucking.
How long have you been listening to this podcast? You're not no Carla. She treats me like that for fuck's sake. Hello, Patreonians. How are you? Welcome back.
We have a fun topic. We're going to do the he's a 10 trend because we thought it would be fun.
Yeah.
So there'll be a few that are there'll be a few that are good and there'll be a few that are not so good, if you will. So the whole idea behind this is that like he's a 10 but, and you'll say what the thing is. Now, the ones how it started was he's a 5 but. And you kind of, it wasn't always he's a 10. Do you know, we don't start at 10 and go to 0.
No.
It can be he's a 7.
Yeah.
But doesn't drive. What is he?
He's a 3.
Yeah, he's a 3. I was like, he's a 4. No. Now there's a few that are like kind of very obvious, but there was a few that I was thinking of the other day when I was sorry. There's a few.
So have you got
that I
any
saw there.
originals?
I've got a few originals
I love it.
that like I was just thinking about, and I was like,
Yeah.
And then I've got a few that are kind of shoved in here, guys. So yeah, so I thought we'd all play together.
Lovely.
You can point out your favourites in the comments below. There is a few that are kind of basic. I thought that this is an interesting one considering that Love Island just... but yeah, we'll just get into it.
Should we talk about
Love Island.
Are we
Davide and Ekin, Sue, my fucking stunning Huns.
winners from the start?
Winners from the start. If you haven't listened to My Pot on Paper, the finale episode, me, Fanula and Orla Condon recorded it. I was up until 1 a.m. recording that fucking thing. They were pissed. I was not. I was up at 6 a.m. to go to work the next day, and it was fucking hilarious because the last person I texted was Fanula. And, and then I replied to her in the morning. She was like, Jesus Christ, do you sleep? And I was like, it was like I just did that. Anyway,
Yeah.
You're like a blink and then you're like, anyway, gotta go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went through the whole thing. Look, I know everyone's probably sick of talking about it, but I do think that Love Island is important.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot that can be done with it, particularly about how we move forward. Because I think people are now all like, Big Brother's back and everyone's having a fucking shit fit about it. But it's not going to be the Big Brother that we know, guys.
No. I did see a tweet today and it was like, please don't fucking let it be a load of wannabe influencers.
But it's not
trying
about...
to do a Love Island type of vibe with it.
But not even about that. It's not going to be as harsh as it was. Do you remember they all used to scrap?
They used to scrap, they used to get pissed. There used to be about 56 people in the smoking area.
Yeah.
We only talked about this the other week.
Yeah, that's...
And how chaotic of them to like announce it during the Love Island live final.
But that's because ITV have taken it over. It used to be with E4.
Yeah.
Channel
and
4.
Channel
It used to
5
be Channel 4, then Channel 5, and now it's with
it's with
ITV.
ITV.
Yeah, that's why they announced it at the same time. And look, we'll see. Am I going to watch it? Absolutely.
Yeah, just the one anyway. I'll watch the one.
I'll watch the roundup at 9.
Yeah.
Every night.
I'll watch the one and we'll see.
How long does it go on for?
Oh, that used to go on.
It used to be a summer. It used to be 3 months.
Way longer. Yeah.
It used to be 12 weeks. It used to be a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be a very, very long time.
They might change the format a bit.
They're definitely going to change the format.
They're going to have to be a bit more politically correct.
They are. Yeah, look, but this is what I mean. All the fucking Ofcom warriors have ruined it for us all. So it's not going to be... Like, we're not going to see the strops. It's not going to be the craziness. It's not going to be David's dead. It's not going to be like she's a fat cunt. It's not going to be any of that anymore.
She is a fat cunt.
I would like to tell Gemma that she's a fat cunt. It's not going to be that.
Yeah.
Which is really... Look, whatever.
I think it'll be good in the sense that I do think it'll be more so middle-aged people, like normal people, rather than... There will be the
characters, you mean? It'll be more characters. Because with Love Island, they just cast
the beautiful people.
Literally.
quotes. Yeah, I suppose looking for love. But where's this? Because like even in that tweet that I saw earlier on, it was like, I want a fucking 49-year-old lunch lady going in there.
But that's what it was.
doing the
It was
shopping
always
list.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But Love Island was always about the beautiful people. It was never about...
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, each their own.
But
Big
it
Brother
might-
had the most... I think Big Brother had the most varied cast. Ethnicity-wise.
Yeah.
Like, everything was... Like, all different spectrums. It had it, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the cast over the years.
I do think, though, it might be nice for them to kind of jump in the sense that it was uncomfortable watching when people were getting bullied in it and it went a bit too far.
Yeah.
So that aspect of it will be good with the political correctness getting a little nudge in there. But
it's
obviously you
gonna
have to be so careful with mental health. Like, the people's mental health these days are fucking shot.
And this is the thing, because with Big Brother, you weren't going into Big Brother to kind of be famous.
There wasn't much fame
There
after
wasn't
Big
much
Brother.
fame
No.
after it. You had your Jade Goodies and you had your kind of...
Brian Dowling.
Brian Dowling. I was supposed to call him Brian O'Driscoll. Playing
Not
rugby.
that.
Not that guy. But yeah, there's not really...
They
It's
were
not the
kind of,
same.
they came out and they were kind of Z-listers.
Yes.
Like, I don't mean to speak ill of obviously she's deceased now, but Nikki Graham falls exactly into that category. Like, she was really popular figure in Big
Yeah.
Brother, and when she came out, she still was of notoriety, but kind of Z-list.
But I think it is one of those things that you can come out and go back to your job.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, definitely.
Like, I saw this article the other day being like, Islanders who went back to their jobs. It's like, well, obviously, not all of them are going to be like...
Yeah, they can't all.
Yeah, they can't all be at this crack. So yeah, it was interesting. I think it will be interesting.
When is it starting?
I don't know. I hope it's winter.
Yeah, same.
I hope it's winter. It's a real winter buzz for me. I never liked it on during the summer. I feel like Love Island's very summer. I'm fucking not up for Love Island winter, to be honest, either.
No. Did they say that was coming back?
Yeah, it's coming back.
Oh, is it? I liked it. That was Luke T and
hated it.
Shanice. I liked it.
Oh God, yeah.
I loved Shanice. Remember we were all calling her Sean's knees? No, do you not remember that crack, Demi?
I don't remember a fucking thing about that.
Shawnee.
We were only talking about it the other day. I don't remember a fucking thing about that winter Love Island. And I think they're going to burn out their audience. I think it's the wrong thing to do. Just let it be Big Brother and then
Yeah.
Love Island in
I
the
suppose
summer, leave
ITV,
it,
you can
like-
have your grade that way, yeah. But I just wonder what Big Brother in the winter would look like, because they used to be out sunbathing in the garden and it used to be a summer thing, like.
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of like, what way are they gonna? I don't know. They'll have to reinvent it. I've seen loads of people being like teed up to be the host. Who would be your perfect host?
To be honest with you, I think Brian Dowling is the perfect one for it. I do.
I think Rylan.
I think he's
He
good
did the the after Little Brother.
Yeah.
But
Big Brother's little brother. No, not Big Brother's little brother.
What was it?
Big Brother on the side or something like
shit,
that.
like Big Brother watching. I don't know. I think
BOT
he
or
was
something.
very good. Brian Dowling, I think he's an okay host. I don't know. I'd like to see, like, Jesus Christ, to put Laura Whitmore anywhere near the
Oh
fucking
God,
building. I'm
fucking
gonna
hell
face it,
no,
like.
absolutely not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let us know who you think.
Do
would
not
be a
make
great
a Holly and
host.
Phil either, for fuck's
No,
sake.
it's not going to be. I saw someone and I was like, oh, he'd be good. I can't remember who the fuck it was. I'll Google it very quickly. Rumoured host. But yeah, it will be. It's not going to be a load of beautiful people. I always remember, in the nicest way possible, Maya Jama and Rylan Clark. Yeah, I think it should be Rylan.
Yeah.
I do think it should be Rylan.
I don't know. Is the main one? Is he? I suppose. Yeah, he is. Like he's at it years now. He would be.
But he's a good host.
He's more of a funny host. I feel like he'd be better for Big Brother's bit on the side. Like,
Yeah, but I think you can give people a platform for big. Do you know who'd be fucking unreal on Big Brother's bit on the side?
who?
Joanne.
Joanne. Yeah.
Fucking
she
Joanne
would.
McNally. That's her on After Sun.
I didn't watch it. I was at the fucking cinema.
It was fucking a hell.
Was she funny?
She's
so quick.
She was just so straight, and
Yeah.
Laura couldn't hack it. Nobody could, and everybody was like, "Oh, are you really saying that?" She was like, "Yeah, they have the chemistry of two wheelie bins. Look at them over there." They were literally Adam and Paige staring back at her. She's like, "Yeah,
Oh, front of them.
yeah." And then they came up and they're like, "Well, you know, we think we have more chemistry than wheelie bins, Joanne."
The head wobble.
And she was like, "Yeah, he's a little bit better now that she's beside me, yeah." not a fuck given.
Yeah.
You need somebody like that on those
Yeah.
after shows. You need to ignite them with something exciting. But anyway,
That's
Ekin Su and Davide, no one should ever wear a suit ever again since Davide wore a suit. It's done for you. It's done for you.
Beautiful.
He is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did you see their winners photo?
Oh,
It's like I've never seen a more attractive
they're just
winning duo.
Imagine their children.
Name a better duo. They are so fucking handsome.
But do you know what? I'm so happy that people who we liked and wanted to win actually won.
Yes,
because
by
usually it's
65%.
landslide, absolute landslide. Yeah.
Well, I think, and it was something that we discussed as well on the finale episode. We get into it very deeply, but it's like it is really important that people like Luca don't win.
Yes.
Because their behaviour was not okay.
Good. No,
and I know like Davide showed definite misogyny and there was lots of other kind of bits and bobs and nobody's perfect, but I think the issue was the consistent thread of his behaviour.
Yeah.
He had to be pulled up even by producers to fucking apologise to somebody.
Yeah.
Like it's
But it was
too
the
much.
fact that the second he was criticised, he went straight for threats.
Yeah.
That's the biggest fucking red flag. Like.
exactly. And I think it's really important because in work we see lots of demographics in media and bits and bobs that are happening. The demographic in Ireland at the moment is 43% 15 to 24 year olds for that show, and everything else divvied up with the other age ranges. It's really important to point out, and it's something that they definitely could have done. The fact that they pointed out loads of different things, like I thought they handled Jack's leaving really well. I think they handled Liam leaving really well. I think they handled the aftermath of that about mental health and all that other kind of crack. I think that was really important. And I do think that they've learned. I do think that they are trying. I do think that they have learned, which is something that last year I was like, they've learned absolutely fuck all. Whether it's this year, I'm like, no, they have. They're trying. They're making attempts. I think they made a big miss by not pulling Luca up on his behaviour and making him address it.
Yeah.
Because there is plenty of young girls who are in relationships like with people like that that think it's okay. That are looking at Luca and being like, oh, but they're so cute together. But he's a fucking dickhead, babe. Do you know what I mean? And like the stuff that he's saying to her is not okay.
Yeah.
So we can skirt around the topic. We can do this, that and the other. But imagine if Luca came back being like, actually, Tasha, I've been thinking about it. And, you know, X, Y and Z. I said this. My behaviour is this. I shouldn't have said this because this is not fair to you. It makes you feel X. You know, address it properly. Instead of being like, yeah, look, sorry if I went too far.
If
It's
I'm
just
sorry,
a game.
If you were offended.
If you're offended,
Yeah.
if you're annoyed. It's just a game now. It's just a game.
Yeah.
Instead, they could have really sat him down and been like, get the fuck out there now. Sit down and actually, like, let's talk through why you're acting the way that you are. And it's funny because all the tweets at the time, people were like, Luca's the kind of guy who'd be like, you're not going anywhere in that, are you?
Yeah.
All these little microaggressions, these little micro-controlling things that could have been a real point for them to teach. And all. If they're banging on saying they're doing this for people and that for people and they're trying to teach people this, that and the other, you had lots of opportunities.
Yeah.
So
Or they could have just extracted him, but they wouldn't do that because of the views.
his behaviour wasn't extreme enough to do that. I
Yeah.
think Jax was a different situation because I think Jax was about to become violent and I
Yeah.
think he wanted to remove himself as well. I think it
Yeah.
was a bit of a 50-50. At the time I was like he was removed, but now looking back I'm like, no, I actually think that it was a bit of, mate, are you sure you're up for this? And he was like, mate, I don't think I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, look, it was the result that we wanted. Didn't want Gemma and Luca in second place, but there was only 2% between him, 2 or 3% between them and
Dami
Dami and India, and then only 1% between Dami and India and Tasha and Andrew. Like a landslide.
Yeah,
They won by.
absolutely.
And that's all I gave a fuck about because Luca's a little bollocks.
Yeah.
And God bless. And she wasn't, in all fairness, nice girl. She wasn't a big enough personality for me to be able to
wasn't a
win.
winner.
She wasn't a
No.
winner. No,
No.
she exactly, Jen. She wasn't a fucking winner.
She was not our winner.
Anyway, he's a 10.
He's
We're
a
going
10.
back.
Right, go on.
We're going to call it he's a 10. And this was what led us to the Love Island talk. He's a 10, but most of his friends are girls.
I think I'm going to keep him at a 10 because no,
No, he's a 7.
is he?
Yeah.
See, I need more context.
Why don't you have mates?
Yeah, I need.
There's
more
a
context.
reason for this.
Yeah,
There's a reason for this. I'm sorry. He's a 10. He's a 7.
I'm gonna give. Right, do you know what? I'll give him a provisional A.
Okay.
And until I know more, I'll update you when I know more.
Okay. He's a 4, but he dresses well.
He's a 7.
He's a 7. He's literally in my head.
Yeah.
And there's someone in my head who I'm like, oh, but he dresses so well. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And in my brain, I'm like, oh, I actually know that. He's a 9, but he's poor hygiene.
Oh, no.
He's a 2.
He's a 2. I was thinking
He's a 2.
Yeah, he's a 2.
He's a 2. That's a fucking hard no for me. That's a hard, harsh stop. Like,
Yeah.
no thanks. He's a 10, but he acts entitled.
Oh, no, he's a 4.
He's a 6. I can handle that.
Can you?
Yeah.
There's a lot of unlearning there.
True.
You know?
True. That is true.
They're going to be at least 2 or 3 years trying to explain why the fuck he's wrong.
True.
You know?
He's a 3, but he tips well.
Oh, he's a 6.
Oh, he's a 4.
Really?
Yeah. What's that going to do for me?
Oh, yeah, I suppose it's not tipping me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like,
But that goes
like
shows
it's
the
nice.
kind.
It's nice that you're kind.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
And thoughtful.
But that's not like,
Considerate.
that's not a,
But I think tipping well adds more context to a person, no?
it makes me neither horny nor emotional.
I think that's a nice attribute for somebody to have.
So what's he for you? 6?
I'm giving I'm going to give him
4
6.
for me. This is a weird one. He's a 6, but he's a car.
Does that give you extra points?
He's a 10, but he can't drive.
Oh, yeah, okay,
There you go.
right. So he's a 6, but he has a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.5.
See, it's a weird one because he's a 6 and he has a car and he can drive. I'm just kind of like, that's still a 6 in 6 clothing. But whereas he's a 10 but can't drive, I'm like, that's an 8.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 7.5.
7.5,
yeah, maybe a 7.5. But then in my world, I like to drive, but I don't like the option of them not being able to. I feel like it puts a dampener on a lot of shit and a lot of pressure on you.
I feel like his fucking taxi driver now.
Yeah.
I was
and
with Adam for a time when he didn't have a car and fuck me, it was not nice.
Yeah.
It was a bit like...
Me and Tom shared a car for 1 month and I didn't even live in the country and it annoyed me.
Yeah.
He was in the UK and I was in Ireland and he had my car over there. But when I came over, like to visit on the weekends, we'd share the car and that was enough to drive me over the edge.
Yeah.
So, to be honest.
Yeah. It might be different if I myself haven't been driving since I fucking came out of the womb. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I always wonder, because there's a good few girls that I know that don't drive and their fella drives them
Everywhere.
They're always the birds that get cheated on.
Yeah.
It's really strange. I know like 3 or 4 birds now that have been with these lads forever and ever. Lad does everything for them. Lad cheats on them.
Oh.
It's really strange.
Oh, that's weird.
It is really weird, isn't it? And all from
Don't want you to
area.
get freaked out if you're in there.
Yeah, all from the same area. But I don't know why. I think it's one of those things where it's like, she doesn't drive and you're like, all right. But if you're like, he doesn't drive, it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's a real sexist thing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a real sexist
Definitely.
standard.
It is.
We're fucked up for it.
I do feel like, though, my opinion of him not either having or not having a car would be very different if I didn't have a car. I feel like if I have one, he has to.
Yes. If he can't drive, I can drive, but we don't have cars, it's like neither here nor there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you're both bussing it.
It's very different.
Yeah, you're both public in it. He's a 10, but he follows a bunch of Instagram models.
No, he's a 6.
My initial thought was 6, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't care, he's an 8.
So he's initially a 10?
Yeah.
I feel like that a certain type of person does that. Like a really immature person. No.
Yeah.
Instagram models. Yeah, like, why are you following them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like, just be normal.
Yeah.
Do it in the privacy or like follow them.
But no, do you know what it is? It's like, it's a bit of a weird one because this is something that happened with, I think I've talked about this before. Tom followed Shan Walton and I didn't think, the one with the bum on Instagram, she's Irish.
Okay.
And I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
And then my mate said it to me and she was like, he's after following Sean Walton. And I was like, how the fuck do you know that? And I don't know it.
Yeah.
But it was back when you used to be able to see all the bits and
activity
bobs.
other people.
And I was like, I don't really care. And she was like, are you serious? She's Irish. And I was like, I don't think that that's like a deciding factor.
Yeah.
And then I remember saying it to him and I was like, and he was like, who? I was like, Sean Walton. He was like, who? He's like, this bird. And he was like, yeah, and?
Yeah.
And I was like, she's Irish. He was like, I didn't know she's fucking Irish. I didn't know where the fuck she was from.
Yeah.
He's like, she's good looking. I was like, all right, fair. But like, I don't care. Like, I'd follow Davide for, why am I following Davide? Not to, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
I suppose he's more of a personality. I've been watching him on reality TV.
Yeah.
He's more of a reality TV star
but like,
rather than just putting up pics for clout.
yeah, but at the same time, I don't think Tom's going to run off with Sean Walton.
No, yeah, that's true as
it's
well.
a weird one. I'm like, I don't think that, like, I don't think this is the thing that's going to happen. I don't think the
Well,
even
look,
follows her anymore.
I
But
suppose
anyway.
when you say he's a 10, but he follows a load of Instagram models, when you're serially following, it's nearly like wank bank mentality, and I'm like,
But I don't care about that. Do you know? It's such a weird...
look, I don't care
It'd be
about...
different if he followed a load of birds that he kind of half knew from his village. I'd be like, excuse you.
See, I wouldn't find that weird.
I would.
Would you?
I'd be like, you don't know her, you don't really talk to her all that often. Why are you so... Like, where's...
Yeah.
Are we really friendly enough to be following each other on it? Do you know?
I wouldn't find that weird.
don't
I'd
know.
find that... Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'd nearly rather him just watch a load of fucking porn and not
But
be
then-
following individual models for
But
what?
I don't mind if you... I just don't see the issue with it. I really... No,
you're right, there
totally,
isn't.
I
Like-
totally... No, I think I'm on the like fucking 10% here. I think you're in the 90. It just doesn't bother me because it's the same as him following fucking J-Lo.
No, what you're saying is right, and you are right.
Do you get me?
So I don't know what my problem is. It's just not sitting with me right. The thought of that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have a problem with it. It just weirds
It just
me
isn't
out.
sitting with you. Yeah. See, this is what... And it's so... Because, like, it drives Stacey up the fucking wall. It would never annoy me. It just doesn't
Yeah.
annoy... It's just not something that I consider to be...
Yeah.
It's like if you followed famous porn stars, I'd be like, again, not something that I... It's not something that I'd monitor, and it's not something that I care about. It's genuinely not something that I care about.
It's not on your
I
radar.
can say that with my hand on my heart. I couldn't give a flying fuck. Like,
Yeah.
if he started following Ellie Kelly, Charlie Murphy, all the Irish girlos, I don't care.
Yeah.
And that might even be a little bit weirder because he might bump into them in an event. But, do you know, in that kind of way, I'm like, I just don't think I give a fuck because it's like a famous person, but not really.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, still not sitting with me.
So
I
yeah,
can't.
and that's fair. I don't know. It's just something that I
Yeah.
just don't care about.
That's so strange.
Here's a few ones that are very big for me.
Okay.
Or sorry, there's another one who said he's a 9, but he follows girls that don't follow him back. Again, I think it goes into the
It's the
previous.
same
It's same.
thing.
He's a 10, but he doesn't argue back.
Oh. Oh God. I don't know.
He's a 7.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be sustainable,
No, wouldn't.
but you'd knock points off for sure.
Yeah. Like, have a fucking opinion, mate.
It's so bad to say, but I just don't find that attractive.
Ah.
I just don't find that attractive.
Find what attractive.
This one's too nice.
Yeah. No, it's not. You get bored real quick. And like, if it's
For me,
if
it's a big one. Like,
it's a genuine argument, and they're just kind of they're either that laid back, or they don't give as much of they don't give a fuck.
you can't just let me run amok.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. You don't give enough of a fuck to argue with me. Come on, me.
You just
like, what's going on?
You can't just let me run amok.
Yeah.
That's not okay. He's a 6, but he has no social media. He's still a 6. It doesn't
yeah,
bother me. I
absolutely.
don't really give a shit as long as he understands.
He's probably an 8 now.
Yeah. Oh, you'd give him more points for not
Yeah.
having it. Nah, I think it stays the same because there's pluses and minuses. He doesn't have a social media. Again, I don't give a fuck what he does on his socials as long as he's not ripping me off or embarrassing me. And it's interesting because this is the conversation that me and Tom had about there was a night out a while ago and I was with a group of girls and one was acting a bit silly.
Right.
And his first question was, if that was you, would I be embarrassed?
Okay.
So I was like, it's hard to... I was like, she wasn't, but she was. And he goes, if that was you... because she was with another fella and she's in a relationship, and do you know what I mean? She was just kind of all over and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And he was like, if that was you, would I be embarrassed? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, there you go.
Right.
And I was like, interesting. That's how you
Yeah.
think. Yeah. And he was like, yeah. He was like, if you think about it. Because I was like, I don't want to be like she was being over the top, but she was kind of, I was kind of uncomfortable, but I don't know why I was uncomfortable. And he was like, but if that was me, would I be embarrassed watching you? If I had to watch that back, would I be embarrassed? I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, then the behaviour was not okay.
Oh,
Like,
that's
interesting.
a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, I know. Because I was like, wow, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And then I suppose that's a good way of thinking about if you're crossing a line or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're like, would my
other half.
Well, my
was,
other half.
like peeping through the keyhole.
Yeah, if they were able to watch this back on
Yeah, yeah.
CCTV or whatever the fuck, would they be embarrassed?
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the best way of putting it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you don't want to be like, would they be fuming? 'Cause it's not the right way. It's not the
Is
correct
it just
way.
a little bit cheeky?
Yeah, do you know, it's not the correct way, I suppose, because then it's like alluding to their temper rather than being like,
Yeah.
what are you doing to make them feel a certain way, and are they a bit ashamed about the way that you were going on because of your attachment, you know, just make them look like, yeah, sick.
Nope.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. This is another big one for me. I'll let you answer first. He's a 10, but he has no ambition.
Oh God, no, he's a hard 6.
He's a 2 for me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you're ambitious about post stamps. I don't care if you're ambitious about plants. You have to have something about you.
Yeah.
Or it's it's actually nearly a 0 for me. There has to be something.
Yeah.
There has to be a want there.
Yeah.
And that's just me though.
Yeah. I'm not like. I don't even know if Adam has ambitions, to be honest with you. Like, if you were to ask me what are Adam's ambitions, I wouldn't. Like, I'm sure he'd love to own his own business one day, but
I
he's
think
never really said it.
Yeah, but he does have some ambition. Like, he went for X Factor.
He did.
No, but like he did his DJ bits. Do you know? Like,
Yeah, no, he does his music. He would love to get music back out there. Like, he has a few songs out, but he kind of, like, it's been years since he released it.
Yeah, and that's I suppose that just depends on, like, would that annoy you, would that not annoy you, that kind of stuff. But like, it's a big thing for me.
Yeah, no,
It's a big sticking point.
Yeah, I think we're just kind of content the way we are at the moment, so it's not really.
Yeah, and I get that. I think I'm so ambitious.
Yeah.
That I'd have to have someone who's a little ambitious
To keep them occupied while you're doing your ambitions. While you're completing all your ambitions.
Well, I suppose to also understand.
Yeah, true.
To be like, okay, I get that.
So that they're not jealous of your time, like.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, he's a 9, but he's cheated on you before.
Oh, God. Jesus. No, he's a 0.
He's a 4.
Really?
I'm not with him, but he's a 4.
He's
Doesn't take away who he is, but he's 4.
he's a 9, but he's cheated on you before.
Yeah. Oh no, cheated before.
Oh, he's cheated.
Okay, sorry,
before.
cheated. I added in the U. Sorry,
okay.
apologies.
Yeah, I was like, how is this relationship working? He's cheated before. I do believe people can change.
I don't.
Do you know?
No. So it would take down. He's a 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a 6.
Okay.
Because I do believe people can change.
Okay, good for you.
I do.
Good for you. He's a 10, but he wears a mum bag.
He's a 9.5. Give him
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he's grand. Like,
He's a da.
He's a da.
He's a da. Big da energy. Love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely love it. He's a 10, but he's really messy.
Look, I don't know why I make allowances for men, but I'll give him an 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I don't
I
know
think
why
that's
the
okay.
fuck we let him away with it, but we do.
Yeah. He's a 6, but he remembers everything about you.
Aww. 7.5.
Yeah.
Because that can be 9 as well sometimes.
8.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. No, 8. All right, we'll give him an 8. What? This face. What's this face about?
He's a 10, but he's shorter than you.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're halved. You're halved down to 5 there. You, what? 1, 0? You're not. He's not on your scale? Give us an answer there. I'm just going to go straight half.
You're going to say 5?
The 5, yeah.
I want him to be a 10 still.
Yeah.
But
But 2 5s make a 10.
But 2 5s can make my 5 and your 5.
Make a 10.
Make a 10.
Yeah.
I know it's bad to say, but
It is terrible. And like, there's nothing that Anne can be helped, and it shouldn't fucking matter.
I think there's a lot of short queens out there.
Yeah.
That's perfect. You'll find your love, your one.
But I hate that society has done that to us as well, though.
Yeah, I do hate that. But do you know what it is? It's because it makes me. I think it's also because I am a larger
tall.
unit, like, and I'm tall. So for me, it's just not a.
Yeah.
Do you know?
You don't want them to be like eye level with your tits either.
Yeah. But like, I saw this girl on TikTok, and like her and her fella, and she was being like, get yourself a short king because they're great for X, Y, and Z. And he was like, shut the fuck up. But it was very funny. But they were so attractive, and I didn't notice it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why on me I feel like I notice it so much. I've dated people my height, and it's never been like an absolute turn off.
Yeah.
But it's been something I've been conscious of.
There was only one fella that I was with, and he was kind of just the same height as me. In high heels, he was shorter. And he, like, at the time, I was like, oh my God, he's a 10. But it wasn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear heels. I'd always be wearing flats, and I'm a heely girl,
you'd be so conscious. That's the thing. And it was like years ago, like when I was going out fucking 3 nights a weekend, do you know what I mean? And he'd be like, no, I can't wear them shoes because I'm going out, and he'd be there, and
you'd be could be photos, but I don't want you in them.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just kind of, or I'd like bend down a little bit without noticing, or kind of crouch, or put my arms around him, you know, over the shoulder kind of thing. Yeah. Never really just be side by side. Bless him.
He's a 10, but he says, so that just happened after sex.
Oh no! Ugh. 3.
2. Ugh. He's a fucking 2.
Well, like if he's a 10, he's good in bed. He said that, so that just happened.
He's a 6, but he's good in bed.
Oh yeah, he's a 10.
He's a 6, but he makes you come.
He's a 20.
Jen's face just lit up there.
He is.
He's off the charts.
He knows what he's doing.
Davide. He's perfect.
I wonder, can Davide make you come?
He looks like a woeful kisser.
He does.
He looks like the worst kisser ever. And somebody, I think Danica said that he was a great kisser, and I think Ekin-Sue said he was a great kisser, and I was like, do you need a wobble? Like, is your brains braining today? Because
well, like, you've never kissed him, but it does look uncomfortable.
Do you know, we were watching, and I can't watch people kiss.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before. I'd rather watch full penetration than like I could watch a gangbang. I cannot watch people kiss. I don't know what it is. And it was Danica and Jamie, and I could watch them kiss because it was very natural. Right. And I was like, look at me. And Tom was like, look at you watching them kiss. Yeah. And he was like, that looks like a good kiss. I was like, it does. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, no, Davide's kisses were just not.
He just ate the... I just think he's never had to try. I just think that people have always wanted to kiss him because he's just so fucking hot. Like
their own tongues down his mouth.
His mouth just expanded, and I was like, no, Jesus, no. Yeah. He didn't like. Yeah, it was too. It was not a thing for me. Ovi looked like a banging kisser. Jamie, funny enough from the season, looked like a great kisser. Him and Danica looked like they matched on the kissing scale. I liked it. Picasso. So
I like it, Picasso.
I like it, Picasso. So he's an 8, but he doesn't work out. He's still an 8 to me. I don't really give a fuck.
Same.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Although,
okay,
right. So Adam was a whippet up until like he gave up smoking.
Adam was a whippet.
A whippet. Up until he gave up smoking, and then like that was at kind of the start of the year, and then he started going to the gym and bulking up, and he is a different man now, a very different man to the one he was in January, like physically. Yeah. And I was like, the other night I was kind of like, he was getting changed, and I was going, I didn't know that I wanted this, Adam, but I do. Yeah. I like it. I like, stay this way, please. It never appealed to me before. It never bothered me, like muscles or, you know, the bulky kind of stocky. He's not stocky. He's not over the top or anything like that. He just looks normal as opposed to his usual skinny, very skinny kind of build. And I was like, I didn't know that this is what I wanted, but I want it now. Yeah. Stay like this, please. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I don't know with the working out thing. I like fitness. I like somebody who's fit.
I think if they're, yeah, it's a weird one. I don't really
panting going up 14 steps.
I just don't think it's something that.
Yeah, I think it's because we don't work out though.
Yeah, I think if you worked out, but then that's to do with hobbies. It's like if somebody was like, oh, he's a 10, but he doesn't like to eat out, I'd be like, he's a 2. Or if he was picky, sorry, he's a 10, but he's picky with food, he's a 2.
There's a lot of relatives.
Like, I'm like, are you a child? Are you 8 years old?
Yeah. I have one. Mm-hmm. He's a 10. Mm-hmm. But he's really smelly breath constantly.
Oh, he's bad breath?
Yeah.
No, he's a 2.
He's a 2, isn't he?
I couldn't. I couldn't.
Sometimes it's not people's fault. So they might have tonsil stones.
Yeah, but like it's sorted out.
They're sorted out. Yeah. I think normalise telling people that they have Shrek breath as well, because I think that's really important.
What's Shrek breath?
Shrek breath is just bad breath, but it's what my boss used to call it when he had tonsil stones. He was like, let me know if I have Shrek breath.
Interesting.
And we would let him know when it was normalised. Because he knew, he was aware of it. You know?
Interesting.
But he didn't quite know when he had it. So that's why he needed notification. You know? We should wrap this up. Yeah. Last week we didn't give the people social stars. So I promised them 2 this week. So
do you have your 2?
You have one and I have one. Right? So my one, I usually go for the TikToks. This week is in Instagram. And it's called Masaka Kids Africana. I don't know if this is coming up on your feed, right? So basically, to the naked eye and to your feed, it's just these kids out on like a gravel path, not wearing any shoes, like with the coolest music ever, and they're all real. If I had half of the rhythm these fucking kids had, it just makes me happy watching them. And I was like, this seems like it's a bit more of just a dancing video. Like I would literally watch, I'd sit there for the 4 months while I'm waiting on my mortgage and watch them because they keep me happy enough. Like, I'm trying and find like one of the, like the type of music that they dance to. So they're in Uganda, but I looked into them. So because like their account is verified and everything like that. I was like, what's going on here? So I looked it up and they're orphans. So they've lost either one or both of their parents through civil violence, war or disease, because there's an AIDS epidemic. So it's an organisation, and you can donate. Obviously, if you Google them, you can find all of their donation pages. But there's like 2 million kids affected, and like it's trying to build them up, you know. But it's all through song and dance, and it's to show them what they're worth, and to kind of build them for the future to be great leaders and stuff like that, and show them what they can do. But like this is the type of music you're talking about. It's the fucking rhythm out of them. I swear, they just make me so happy. The moves out of them. So like it's that type of music, like. But they do TikTok dances as well, and you know, like they have Africana music and all. It's real kind of like right to see the moves out of them. They do it in a little group in unison.
Oh, they are very cute.
Oh, they're fucking so cute, and they smile all the time while they're dancing. They just make me happy.
They are very cute.
I'll link them below there. Masaka Kids in Uganda.
Very good.
Who's your social star?
Mine is Peter Segal.
Okay.
He's an artist. I have one of his books over there on my bar.
Oh.
It's like comedy art sketches kind of situations.
Nice.
So he has books. He has it's digital art essentially, but it's very funny.
Okay.
And I love him.
What's his name again?
Peter Segal.
Segal.
Yeah. So it's S-E-I or S-I-E?
S-I-E.
Where the fuck?
Segal. I'll find him. It's just to link him because I always forget to take it down while you're saying it.
Why isn't he coming up? This is so annoying.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can you not find him now? Does he have to delete
I only was sending stuff to Tom the other day.
He's probably on a social media break.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab his book there.
Yeah.
Right.
See if there's a QR code on it.
Let me see if there is.
For his social.
Fuck's sake.
Bleeding Peter has gone AWOL.
Oh, it's Tommy Segal.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Peter Segal is someone else. I think he's an actor.
I thought that was a bit...
Egypt,
yeah, familiar. Right, yeah. Tommy Seagal, the artist.
Tommy Seagal.
You won't be forgetting that name anytime soon now, kids.
What a fucking
Just go and
idiot.
search him while I listen. We're taking fucking ages to do it.
Anyway, Tommy Seagal, he's an artist. He does comics, like that's the kind of thing. But this is his Candy Heart books, like it's
Okay.
perf.
We will not mess you up like your parents messed us up. Oh, yeah, kind of fucked up. Okay.
So it's kind of like all these little love hearts. All
Love
these
Heart
little-
Sweets with
yeah.
little slogans on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's just like, this is my exact kind of humour.
Okay,
So
right.
it is very specific.
Right.
Like,
Okay. I hope this isn't a test run for kids, dude. Obviously, this is a test run. Okay. God, there's their chemistry, horny, their fucking. Yeah.
like this is genuinely,
That's you. All over?
this is me and Tom though.
Okay.
This is us all, like we literally read through this book, we were fucking on the floor, like we were howling.
Were you?
Yeah, and it was like me and Fanula send each other these all of the time.
Do you?
Yeah, like I find them hilarious, like
Okay.
I find them perfect as well.
They're
So,
quick. They're
yeah.
witty. I like them.
Yeah, they're little
I wouldn't
comics,
be on
like-
the floor with them now.
Yeah, I
But
find them gas.
That's great.
Yeah. So there you go.
Thrilled for you. There you go. There's your 2 social stars. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We will chat to you next week. As always, thank you very much for the support and we love you very much. Bye.
Don't be